Hey everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and we are going to be having our next mystery card night. It is August 18th and we have had two other lives that happened this morning and this afternoon. Kelly did the kit class and then I did Let's Just Stamp, and now we have our triple header with the mystery card. Yay! I'm so happy that you guys are here with me, and I am thankful that Jolene helped us get clue 1 ready and the rest of the clues for our August mystery card night. So we have a bunch of you here already. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hello, Susan Ray Hendricks. Hi, Julie Black and Tony Shaw. Thanks for liking and sharing. Hi, Elaine Reback. Elaine, I have you down as the lucky duck winner for the door prize from the last class. So I will let you know when I pull that for you. Hi, Dolores from Wisconsin. Hi, Judy Sharp. There's Susan Bellamy, long time no see. Nancy Mole, you'll have to check. I talked a lot about the Happy Mail, so I did answer it, and it's on the docket for sometime into the next week, not this week, I'm thinking, but yes, I did take about 3 minutes or 4 minutes and answer your question. So I bet if you go back to where you got sidetracked with your doorbell ringing, you'd find the long-term answer. Hi, Connie Moore. Hi, Randy. Hi, Paula. Hi, Cindy. There's Lynn Beasley and Kelly Sheridan. Hi, Doreen. Hello, Kari Dwyer. Debbie said, you have storms now. Not too bad. Rain. Yes, we had some storms too. And Laura Johnson is here. Hi, Linda Hunt. Hi, Mary Lemke again. Hi, Laura Johnson. I said Laura Johnson twice. Haha. I didn't remember that. I did, but I didn't. Hi, Paula Stewart. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. And there's, who else we have here? Sandy Coy Emery. Hello. Hello, Carmen Sanders. I hope you made it back safe and sound. I don't know if I saw a text message from you saying that you made it back. So hopefully the drive was uneventful. Hi, Donna Gruski. Hi, Kathleen Ketterman. And there's Sherry Ott again. Yay! So I have a big bee in the background. He wasn't in my last live that I did this afternoon. I just moved him there. This was one of the decorations that we had at the party yesterday that Gina found and had made up for me, which is super cool. So we have the biggest bee of them all right here with us. And Honeybee was just over here. Oh, well, hello, big boy. I have a bigger Tigger down here. What's up, handsome kitten? So you guys, I had some very needy cats for my Let's Just Stamp class, and they wanted to be front and center in the video. So hopefully it didn't annoy you too much, or not at all. So the kittens are they're going through withdrawal from not seeing me much yesterday. Hello, Becky Rohr. I'm normally here 24/7, and when you go away for more than like 5 hours, it gets to be a lot for them, I guess. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Hi, Becky Rohr. The whole gang is back. Yeah, we are. Hi, Carrie White. Hi, Mimi Howenstein. Thank you so much. I wish you could have been at the party too. And catching the replay is perfect. Okay, Jolene came through for me again, like she always does. And she popped the clues in my inbox this morning. And I just took a hot second and I printed them off. I didn't think it would take 10 minutes to print 9 clues, but it took 10 minutes to print, and I started them. Oh, you guys know me. I'm a just-in-timer. I started printing them at 6:58. Nope, sorry, 5:58, and then it took 10 minutes to print. So, there you go, big boy. I appreciate you guys getting here on time and me being a little tardy. Sorry about that. You made it home around 11:45 and your party was awesome. Good, thanks. I'm so happy you made it and had fun. All right, so during Let's Just Stamp, I did show off some of the next cards for class in September. I showed off the ink, paper, scissors. So for those of you who haven't had a chance to watch that video yet, makes sense. It's all right. It was in the middle of the day, so when you have a chance, you can catch that. And we're continuing to work on designing, and now I can start focusing on catching up again on emails and getting back to people with correspondence. So that is definitely on my radar now. So I'm going to start on that tonight. Hi, Holly Paplo, until I fall asleep. That's really what my goal is. So, all right. We have a fun card for you. And it is a fun fold, so it's going to be a fun card. And I've done a card similar to this in the past, but this one is a different twist on it. And it actually uses a little bit less paper, I think. That is the thought on this one. And I'm sure that when you saw this one big piece of coordinating cardstock one, and it was an 8.5 by 9, you're probably thinking, what is going on with this? And so hopefully we've got you thinking and your wheels are turning on what's going on. I will drop it like it's hot. Nope. Oh, Bigger Tigger's done. Thanks for letting me know about that, buddy. So we're going to skedaddle right over onto clue number 1 and see what we can get ourselves into, you guys. All right? So let me drop it down. And I pulled different things. I am in full-blown fall mode, I guess. I don't want to be there yet. Personally, I'm not ready to see the changing of the leaves and the yellows and the browns and the oranges and the reds. It's always pretty, so it happens when it happens, but I am not ready. I still want it to be summer, and I don't want it to be fall yet. But we're starting to design for fall, for September, and the last 3 classes we designed were fall, fall, and fall. So we are definitely in the transition. So since I'm in fall mode for designing, I pulled out the fall things, and I will be using some of the new products that are part of the holiday mini catalog, also the new online exclusives that are launching. So as a demonstrator with Stampin' Up, we can pre-order now. We could start pre-ordering on August 5th, and we have a month, basically a month, that we can pre-order. Now, there are limits that we can only order 2 of some things, 1 of some things, and that's big. It's like it maxes out, and so we can order enough to like started working on things, which is awesome. And so that's how we're able to get designing ahead. For customers, you're going to be able to start ordering these products on September 3rd, which I believe is a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Tuesday. It's Wednesday. September 3rd is a Wednesday. Then that's because Labor Day is that weekend. I think Labor Day is on the 1st, and I don't think they like launching catalogs the day after they get back from a holiday. So let me get this out of my eyes. I fixed my cord, and I don't think it's going to stay. Oop. The thing falls off these days, and I don't feel like taping it. Oh, man, and now it's way up there. And that's how that goes. It's all right, you guys. There's no sun in my eyes anymore, so that's fabulous. So we can, as customers start ordering next month, which is great. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of these products, I'm sure, as demonstrators start designing with the products, and you'll get your fair share of fall stuff. Are you doing sweet shares, and how will it work? You betcha your bottom dollar, Mimi. We are going to do all the shares of all the things. So there's going to be a paper share, an embellishment share. There's going to be a ribbon share. There's the whole shebang share, like if you want them all. If you participate in the escape with me, you instinctively, you get the shares, you get the paper, the embellishments, not as big. I tone them down just a little bit. Like you still get a sampling of everything, but not necessarily a 1/5 of a package. You get a 1/10 of a package, right? So if you want a little bit more of the share and you're doing the escape, you might consider getting an extra share. So, but yes, and then on top of it, I'm doing the sweet share, just like I just hosted this last month in July. We did sweet shares. I'm going to be doing the sweet shares. You guys loved it. It blew my mind that over 40 shares got picked up just like that. And we're going to do that again, where it includes the cardstock, the coordinating cardstock, and a 1/2 pack of gems, 1/2 pack of DSP, and whatever coordinating products go with it that are consumable. So yeah, we're doing sweet shares. And I still have some 2-tone cardstock shares left at the reduced pricing with the free shipping, basically, pricing. I think I have 5 left. And then I also have 8 of the cardstock shares left that were at the free shipping pricing. So if anybody's still looking for that, and I have 6 left of the sweet shares, because when somebody signed up, if I had an odd number, I still got it. And so I have some oddball ones. And maybe if somebody reminds me and they want to see them after class, I'll go pull the 6 that I have. They're sitting right over there. I could pull them and show you which ones I have available. Hello, under a pile of papers from Sweden. Benita, I like it. And Nancy doesn't want winter, and me neither. like winter is the last thing on my mind. Hello, Jolene. She made it. Yay. All right. So again, we're into fall mode. So I'm going to drop it down, and we're going to go over what I pulled and clue number 1, so that we can make sure you guys are primed and ready for our mystery card tonight. All right, so 2 of the new stamp sets that are coming out they're called Amber Autumn, which is in the new mini catalog, and Gathering Moments, which is in the online exclusives release. And on top of it, oh, I only have 2 of the dies in here. That doesn't show you much, but there's a really cool die in here that makes a card that looks like this. That detailed background die is what goes over here. And so it's a super cool, intricate die. The die cutters are gonna love me. And so I pulled that stuff. And I also pulled this new ribbon. It's called Irregular Weave Trim. It's different. It kind of reminds me of a mesh ribbon. It's plasticky. It's not very pliable. It doesn't make good bows. All the good things, right? But it looks cool on autumn cards, and there's different things you can do with it. You don't always have to make bows with things, so we're going to show you how to do something with that tonight. And then I pulled these streaked dots, which are a brown hue. They actually kind of look like wood to me, but they're not. They're a dark brown. And so I pulled those for the gemsies. The paper that I decided to pull in was the one that goes with the Gathering Together paper. It goes with the Gathering Moments. So this is new designer paper that is fall-esque. Hi, Jane. And Connie wants those bundles. Yay. Susie appreciates all 4 seasons. So, Susie, kudos to you for appreciating all of them. I don't know if I can say I appreciate snow. It's all right. I can't even say I mind it. I could live without it. So, really pretty, a leaf pattern. And then on the back, you've got green on that one with the brown. And this one has the Cajun. This one with the brown has a plaid. And then there's a Cajun plaid here with some, this is a foil paper too. So there's another pattern in here with leaves that is more brown and Cajun, right? Just some pretty new patterns. And then here, this one's really pretty too for your fall leaves. I picked that one, I believe. I picked this guy right here for the pattern that I wanted to work with the mystery card tonight. So this one's really cool because you have some coordinating paper. So you have prints, and then you have a matchy solid print. So for clue number 1, I'm also going to show you this as long as I got it in front of me. This is the earthen toned metallic, and there's 3 sheets, and we used that on this card right here. So that's where that came from. So I pulled in some of that for a leaf, and I don't know why I brought this down, but I did. This is the paper that is called Autumn Toil. So on the cards that are for the ink paper scissors, we're going to be using, there's some, you guys probably want me to pull it all the way out. Let's just show you, right? So this is just there's some pheasants on this paper, some trees, some marshland, and then that has, what did the fox say on that side? Well, hello, hunky noodle boy. What's up, Mom? How have you been? I've been sleeping all afternoon. I know, we looked at you sleeping and we woke you up, but buddy, we're in the middle of showing off some exciting designer series paper, and we don't all want to stare at your butt all night. So you gotta make a decision, little man. What do you want to do? Are you gonna come? Are you gonna stay, or are you gonna go now? If you stay, it will be trouble, and if you go, it will be double. All right, so there's our fox. And then we've got this one. Well, excuse me. Hello there, Mister. We got to get going, buddy. Come on. We got a mystery card night to do. All right, so treesies for this one, and then the cool brown on the back. And then there's maybe one more pattern that has the pumpkins on it. Right, so this isn't what I'm using tonight. I just happened to bring this down, and I thought, well, as long as I brought it down, I might as well share it with you guys. Okay, and we're gonna continue to go through clue number 1. All right, so that's a little bit of an exciting new product coming your way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, buddy, what's up? What you gonna do when they come for you, little man? Where are you going? All right, so let's look at what we have here for clue number 1. So as soon as I am able to, I will put these into a PDF tutorial, and I will put them into the VIP group, and I'll also put them in the Inspiration Hive. Yeah, you guys. So Susie says, Hunky, you look like her kitty. Yay. Okay. Hi, Jane. All right, Hunky. I know you want some love. You weren't over here earlier when I was giving love to Honey and to Tigger. All right, so let's look at clue number 1 so we can make sure we got everything. So we have a white and vanilla cardstock. Now, I will say, I like to double match Mystery Card Night. So I actually tweaked this a little bit. Now, you don't have to by any means. If you want to do a single white mat on the inside, you can. The mat on the inside is 5 1/4 by 4. Hunky. Come on, buddy. 5 1/4 by 4. Now, what I did is I am going to double mat mine. So that means I actually am, you could do over 5 by 3 3/4, right? No, nothing wrong. Either way, what's going to happen is if you've already cut your white mat and you decide you want to double mat it, you're just going to cut the white mat a little bit smaller and pull another one. He's going to give us a wave, yes. So either way, 5 1/4 by 4, taking up the whole inside, or a 5 by 3 3/4, and then we'll add on another one below. So my guys right here, my 5 by 3 3/4 is right here. Now, this is probably confusing, but that's okay. Just wait for it. Like, we're gonna help you get through the second one here. It's an 8 1/2 by 9. No scoring, no cutting yet. Just hold the phone on that. So I have my 8 1/2 by 9 is a Cajun Craze. So that piece right here for me looks like this. And the most amazing thing, and it was meant to be, I went into my paper drawer and I pulled this piece of paper out, and it was 8 1/2 by 9. What are the odds that the size that you need is actually in the drawer when you need it? Mimi's gonna pre-order the stamp sets, but I'm interested in getting consumables. Your sweet shirt. How is it priced? How is it priced? I take the prices and I divide them in half, or I take whatever the amount is plus shipping and tax, and then I add on a small little baby charge for like $1 or $2 for the whole bringing it all in, having a helper help me situate it and to cut it up and then process it, right? And then there's shipping. So I don't like take it, rake you through the coals for it. I just add a little bit on for that little bit of work that we do here to cut it up. But it allows you to get a half a pack of DSP, a half a pack of ribbon, half a pack of DSP, half a pack of gems, like 2 yards of ribbon. And then if there's another consumable, and then it also includes all the cardstock colors. 2 full sheets of all the cardstock colors. So we've got that. That is the 8 1/2 by 9. Then we have coordinating cardstock. It's the second coordinating cardstock. We need 6 pieces. 2 of them are this size and 4 are that size. So for me, what I chose is Early Espresso. So now this one, I have a hole in mine, but that's okay. It's because I cut a circle out of the middle because I want to conserve my paper. So I know I'm going to use that later. And then I have a second one here, right? So I've got those 2 scoops, and then a 1 3/4 by 1 7/8. You should have 4 of those, right? So my 4 are here, right? So you want to make sure you have 4 of these little guys. And then pattern paper. There are 2 patterns that you want. I chose this pattern. So we need a 3 by 3 3/4, 2 of those, right? And they get matted with those. And then I have a 1 1/2 by 1 5/8, which are what's going to fit onto these little guys. And then there's a 1 1/2 by 3 3/4 wide. And that is for your inside. It is a mat. You know, now that I think about it, that's what I have Kelly help me work on Wednesday too. We'll get all that information together. So that right here for the sweets I was referring to. 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. And then scraps of paper in white and coordinating cardstock. I pulled some of that earthen foil in here, and then I die cut one of those little guys. I've got my little circle. So I'm gonna work with this stuff for my decoration on the front. Now here's the deal. If you decide you want to make your white mat smaller. And what I would do is take the coordinating cardstock 2, and I would add one more piece that is 5 1/4 by 4, right? So if you go with this for your white size, you also want to have a second mat behind it that is that normal size of 5 1/4 by 4. No, you don't have to do that. Some people are like, I don't want a mat. That's fine. You don't have to mat. Do whatever you want. Hi, Sherry Stewart. Hello, Margene Eskelson for the second time today. All right. So where are you at? You guys happy? And you know what? Clap your hands. If you have your bits and parts all staged and ready to go and you're making a card with me, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I do know that some people watch and they want to see what is made before they go and cut their paper so that they don't cut it incorrectly, and that is perfectly fine too. So, but if you're not making a card along with me, maybe don't give me advice about when I can keep moving forward. If you're making a card with me, definitely let me know. I don't want to fly through this by the seat of my pants, and I also don't want to go so slow that I'm a little turtle that is not moving fast and you guys are waiting for me. So, hi, Suzanne Neal. You haven't heard anything on your package. Went to the UPS store today. I saw that it was sitting on the side of my table here. What happened was there was about 5 people that, as of when we did our shipping last week, that I needed to check on payment. And so I set them off to the side, and then my party happened, and then 2 classes or 3 classes or 4 classes happened, and designing happened. And I saw them there this morning, and that is exactly what happened to you and Paige. And there was like maybe 2 more people, 3 more people. So Kelly went to the UPS store, and she dropped them off for you. So yours is en route. Yay. All right. I got lots of thumbs ups. So that means that we're going to move over Red Rover to clue number 2. All right. Let's get there and see what we have first. Oh, man. So we're going to get hot and heavy into this first page right off the bat, you guys. We're going to get to the meat and the potatoes of this fun fold. Jolene is amazing at making diagrams. I will have to say that. She's phenomenal, and I'm so blessed to have her making these amazing graphics for us, because otherwise sometimes we don't know how to visualize things, and I get it. So we have here a piece of me having Cajun craze, and it is 8 1/2 on one side and 9 inches on the other side. So I'm just going to double check to make certain it is 9, perfect, and it is 8 1/2. I was like, what are the odds that the piece of paper, the size I need, is actually the one that's in the drawer? So on the 8 1/2 inch side of coordinating cardstock 1, line up the left-hand edge at 2 1/8 and score from the top edge to the 2 inch mark. And then we can see a diagram here. Let me just see if I can zoom in. So it's saying, so this is the 8 1/2 inch side, right? So I'm pretty sure that's this way, because 8 1/2 is like, yep, that. Okay, so on the 8 1/2, so make sure 8 1/2 is, 8 1/2 is right here, okay? You are going to line up the left hand edge, excuse me, at 2 1/8 and score 2 inches. You're just going to score down 2 inches, okay? So it's not hard. It's not rocket science. We'll go slow. I'm going to zoom back out. And the thing is 2 1/8. So we have the 8 1/2 inch side here. And what we're going to do is put our paper so that it's at the 2 1/8 inch mark. And oh man, oh frights, I don't have my scoring thing. Oh, snap, crackle, pop-alicious. Okay, so I lost it. Oh man. Okay, let's think about how I can make this work. My little thing jumped out. My little scoring thing. It really did. So I always told myself, you need to take 30 seconds and look for it. And it's down here somewhere. Oh my gosh, look what I just found. I found my little trimmer. Oh, I had to go grab mine from upstairs. Oh my goodness, I found it. How exciting is that? Okay, you guys, give me 20 seconds. This thing is down here somewhere. If I can find it, life will be good. Little baby Jesus lost and found. Please bring my scoring blade around. Oh man, Elaine, I said it. Am I gonna find it? If I don't find it here in the next 20 seconds, I'm gonna figure it out. There's so much stuff under my desk, you guys, you wouldn't even know where to start looking for anything. Okay, so it's not there. All right. All right. I should have had Kelly look for this for me. Okay, I can't find it. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna improvise. Improvise, improvise. Okay. So anyways, I didn't find it. But you guys, if you have this tool at home, what you're gonna do is go to the 2-inch mark and you're going to, what about using, I'm gonna use the scoring board, you guys. You're gonna go down 2 inches and score, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a tick mark at 2 inches and I'm gonna use the other thing, my scoreboard to do it. We're gonna wing this. Okay, so I'm gonna just go 2 inches down, which is right about here, right? So now I can come over here and I'm gonna do this way. And it's okay, because I know where the 2 1/8 is here, so we're all good there. You guys, we got this. We're crafters. We can craft on the fly. Okay, so we need a little stylus here. All right. At 2 1/8, you're gonna score down to the 2-inch mark, right? So I might have gone a hair past it, and that's okay, right? So I'm just putting a score line, 2 inches down, 2 1/8 inch in. Now, then you're going to cut from the 2-inch down, right? Well, I will do that in a moment. Now I'm gonna line up the left-hand edge at 6 3/8 and score from the top to the 2-inch mark. So again, we're gonna go down 2 inches. I'm just gonna put a tick mark where that is. So when I come over here to 6 3/8, I know not to go past the pencil mark. Okay, so that's the scoring for there. Now, let's just recap. Let's recap. Hi, buddy. Are you coming to give me some moral support? Yeah, Mom, you looked like you needed some help. You made a big mess on the floor, Mom. Okay, so on the 8 1/2 inch side, what we did was we scored down 2 inches. And what we're supposed to do now is cut from 2 inches down. From that 2-inch mark, we're gonna cut down, right? And then same thing here. You're 2 inches down and you're gonna cut. Now, I have the cutting thing on here, so we can do the rest of it. No problema. Okay, so put that back at 2 1/8. And what we're gonna do, okay, you guys, I might get my head in this. We're gonna cut up to the 2-inch mark. Okay, so right there's my 2 inches. And now I'm going to flip my paper over. And I am going to go 2 1/8. You want my chair, don't you, buddy? I know what you're up to. I see what you got in your eyes. 2 1/8. And we're gonna go down to the 7, which is right there. Okay. So not so crazy, but I will recap this all. Hunky, buddy, we gotta share a chair if you're gonna be like that. Okay, so let's recap this. Here, she's got it like this. So you have 2 inches and then we're cutting. 2 inches and we're cutting. And ultimately we're in 2 1/8 here and we're in 2 1/8 here. So this middle area is our 4 1/4. So this still gives us the traditional A2 size card. That's what we have going on. Okay. Oh, you think I could fit the tip of a bone folder in here? Maybe. Yeah, I bet you could. Could have done a tip of a bone folder. You're right. See, we learn something new every day. Okay. So this is clue number 2, right? Let me know, you guys, if you've got it. Now that you watched me, or I should say, listen to me make a ruckus of my life underneath my desk. Oh, gave me a project to work on after I'm done with the live. Okay, so are you guys good? We basically cut down after that we hit 2 inches. We cut down on both sides, and we were 2 1/8 inch in. Okay, we are making a fun fold card. If you haven't figured that out, and hopefully that wasn't too confusing for you, and we will show you what clue number 3 looks like next. Okay, got a thumbs up. Wonderful. Perfecto changeo. All right, so this guy right here is our clue number 3. We need to rotate this cardstock, accordion cardstock 1, to the left and line up the left-hand edge at the 1 inch mark. Cut from the top edge to the score line and slide down 2 1/8 to trim off that strip of the cardstock. Okay, so move the blade to the bottom edge and cut to the score line. Slide up 2 1/8 to trim off the opposite strip of the cardstock. Slide the left-hand edge to 5 1/2 and score. Okay, so let's look at what she's got here for a diagram for us. We have our 2 inches here, right? That's our score line. And we have the score line here. And then over here, what we need to do is we're going to have to put a score line right here. If you guys haven't guessed it yet, we are making a specific type of a fun fold. I've done this fun fold in the past with you, but I used 2 pieces of cardstock to put the card together. And with this, we're teaching you a new way to do it with only having to use 1 piece of cardstock, right? So let's look at this again. So rotate the accordion cardstock 1 to the left, right? And line up the left-hand edge at the 1 inch mark. And rotate. So she's got here from, I looked at this already, you guys. So I'm going to help you visualize to see what we're going to be doing. We're ultimately going to be cutting this off, this section. So right here, let me zoom up just a little bit. So we're going to be cutting this section off and this section off, and we're going to be adding a score line right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go here, and at the 2 inch mark, we're going to cut this section off. And then what I'm going to do is cut this section off. We're going to move the paper, and we're going to score it there. Okay, so let's do this at 2 inches here. And I'm going to get my cutter, because the cutter is on my board. We're going to cut that off. So that should come out. And then I'm just going to pick this up and eyeball where my line is there. And then that should pull that out, right? So this, in essence, looks like this piece right here, right? That's what we're going for. The thing that we're missing is slide the left-hand edge to the 5 1/2 and score. So we need to slide this paper over to 5 1/2 inches, making sure that everything's still like 90-degree angles and not crooked by any means. Go to the 5 1/2 inch here. Oh, and score. Here we can practice, guys. Grab that bone folder. See if it works. Boom, it worked. Okay, so great idea for using this in the middle here. I love it. Okay, so hello, handsome kitten. What's up, Buttercup? I'm not Buttercup, honey is Buttercup. Okay, well, you're looking for a place to put your head. I know that you want to take a nap. So here's what we got, you guys. We basically lined up our paper at the 2 inch mark, and then we cut, so we had it at the 2 inch mark, and then we cut this off, and we cut this off. Hi, how are you? All right, and we slid the paper over, and we scored it at 5 1/2. Debbie got behind it. So Debbie, we really aren't that, we're only into clue 3, and what we did is we scored at 2 1/8 from each end down 2 inches, and then we cut it off, flipped it this way, and then we cut that off. All right, so hopefully that works for you. I'm going to show you now clue 4, which you've already seen, but just in case, I'll show you clue 4 again. And now your paper should look like this, right? Now coordinating cardstock 1 should look like this. Excuse me, little man. He wants my chair, you guys. He is lurking around me, waiting to steal my chair. And he's like, Mom, when are you going to get up, please? There you go, buddy. You got my chair now in the back. All right. So Kari said she's done with number 3, which is great. And number 4 is, you guys, he just did a full circle. Number 4 looks just basically showing you what we've got for number 4 is what it should look like now. So hopefully if 3 worked for you, 4 is also the same. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna move over to clue numero 5, okay? All right, so clue number 5. Oh, if you guys saw the live that I did this afternoon with Let's Just Stamp, a bunch of you were on there. You never get a double dose of Honey and Tigger on the camera. You usually don't get 2 cats at the same time, and usually they come and they go pretty quick, right? And something happened in the last day with all the rain, or the last few days with the rain. They've been scared, and they are very on me like glue today. And Hunky is doing the exact same thing that Honey and Tigger both did earlier, and he's like, Hunky says he's sorry, but he's being so needy right now. So you never want to kick a kitten away, right? So we're going to move on to clue number 5, right? So we got 3 and 4 done. Now let's look at what we have for 5. Mom, you're in my way. And we're going to adhere coordinating pattern paper 1 and 2, those mats to the cardstock mats, okay? So basically they all, the 4 go with the 4 and the 2 go with the 2. And then there's gonna be 1 piece that's left, and that will be used on the inside. So this is just gonna be a lot of getting glue happy. So let's pull all of our mats and pull all of our pieces, and we're gonna start getting glue happy. Right, so I'm gonna flip these over. Hunky, you're taking a big risk, my buddy, by putting your butt right in the way of the glue. And hopefully you don't get your fur in it. You guys, he's back here watching the TV, watching my phone. Okay, so you better not get your tail in this, buddy. Otherwise, we're gonna have a hot mess. Excuse me. All right, so there's that. All right, we got this one right here. Oh, there he goes. He's like, Mom, you're boring. All right, and then because I already cut my label out of that, I'm just gonna adhere this to the top of that like so. And then we're gonna put this one on here. So for those of you who did cut your mats of designer paper or pattern paper and your cardstock, this is an easy one. I feel as though you can definitely get this stuff adhered together without problems. He wants to nuzzle. Yes, he's looking for love, and now he's looking out the window. He's trying to find a squirrel. Yeah, so you guys were confused like I was confused, okay? So let's go back to this, okay? I read it as what it says, right? It says 1 inch mark, and that, honestly, I read that and it was not making sense to me at all. And I'm like, why 1 inch? 1 inch isn't right. I knew in my head it needed to look like this. So what I will do, you guys, I need to make sure I'm going to update this. Like, I will update it. It needs to say 2 inch mark, right? And it's actually, it's like basically from the 2 inch mark, and you got to cut this off, right? Hopefully when you guys see this diagram, the scoring is perfect on there. It was just, we just need to cut that off, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So when you saw me do it, thank you for the blessings. So hopefully that made sense to you after you saw me actually cut mine. I think I'll tweak that before I publish it. So here's this, right? And these are extra. So let's just put them over here for now. All right, so let's go back here. All this clue talked about was adhering these together and adhering these together. All right, so hopefully you guys have all that cut already so that you are on board with it. Okay, hopefully you're good. And we can move over to clue number 6. Okay, let's do that. So, adhere the coordinating pattern paper 1 and the cardstock 2 layers to the upper card front panel and the inside front panel. Oh, please, where do we score again? Okay, so when you had your piece of paper like this at 8 1/2 on the top, you needed to be in 2 1/8 and 2 1/8 from each end. So this is 2 1/8, this is 6 3/8. At the end of the day, it's 2 1/8 from each end. And you score down 2 inches, right? So 2 inches, and then you cut this off. And you score down 2 inches, and you cut this off. Okay, that's what we're at. All right, and then you're gonna flip it this way, and we score at 5 1/2. So when we fold this, it makes a Dutch doors card, right? Using it only one piece of paper. Now, I couldn't find my scoreboard or my scoring thing for my cutter, and that messed up a little bit. Like, sorry, I probably distracted people. But this is how this goes, right? So what now clue 6 is, we have this. We might as well go ahead and burnish this. Have to go to sleep. It's 2 a.m. All right, bye. Get some good rest. And we're gonna burnish this. Okay, so perfect. So we have this and that. All right, now adhere the mats to your card now. So adhere the upper ones together and the lower ones. So for this one, it doesn't matter which is which. I'm gonna look at this and figure out which ones I want here and then which ones here. Right, those two are gonna go up there and behind and in front. And I have a little fuzzy right there. Let's cut you off. Thanks for the blessings, guys. And then this one, right, so this is the first step. Let's get this one on here. And maybe I like this one better. Let me look at that. Oh yeah, that's the one I want for out here. All right, so that's that. And then this one goes, so this is basically decorating the front and the back of your panel here. Again, not necessary to do the inside, but it's so fun opening this up and seeing the pretty print on both sides, right? Same thing happens with these guys. There's gonna be 2 for the outside and 2 for the inside. So clue number 6 here is basically adhering all of these pieces to the card. Now, if you have a pattern that makes sense to be continuous, you may have wanted to cut these in order. Mine didn't necessarily need to be that, so I didn't pay attention to what's what. Just looking, sometimes the designer paper, you can see the white edging on it, so I was gonna put that to the inside. That one's gonna go here. And then this one can go here. And oh, oopsie daisy. I ended up with glue 42 everywhere here. One moment. Let's just clean that up before I get something in there. All right. So hopefully this is making sense, right? We got that, right, for our card. So this is a Dutch doors where it opens up like that. So when I did this card for the class, it was actually in the summer of 2019 for a Fun Folds class. I had this was one piece and I used this as another piece. So by doing it this way, we don't have to have overlap here on the bottom. Okay, it is very pretty paper. I definitely agree. All right, so that's what we have for clue number 6. Without further ado, let's go over to number 7. You're going to stamp the white vanilla mat with sentiment and our focal images and coordinating inks. So we have our inside white mat, and remember I double matted mine, right? And I've got a little knicker up there. So that, adhere the remaining pattern paper 2 mat to the bottom of the white vanilla mat, leaving an equal border around the left, right, and bottom. Now, what happens is I added a 3 3/4 inch wide mat here, and had I left it as a full-size mat, that's where you'd have a border. But because I opted to make a smaller one, I don't see a border down on my sides here, and I'm okay with that. If I'd want to have a border, I would cut off a 1/4 of an inch, and then I'd be able to see a border. I personally like having no border and just having it like that. Now the other thing too, if you look at this, she's got it at 1.5 by 3 3/4. If you don't necessarily want this to be that tall for the inside decoration, you could definitely make it shorter and cut off a little bit. So what you could do, instead of it being 1.5, you guys are your cards, however you want to make them, it definitely works. It's whatever makes you happy, right? So what we've got here, I just cut off a 1/2 inch, and I think that I'm happy with the 1/2 inch down there, and then I have a little bit more space to write my love note, right? So what do we want to put on the inside? Well, it kind of depends on what's on the outside. So I did prep, and that's going to come in the next clue. The next clue is going to have us working on the outside, but I had this Label Me Grateful from class this afternoon. There's a stamp in here that says, so grateful for that heart of yours. So that fit in here kind of perfectly. So grateful for that heart of yours is what I'm going to do on the outside. And then what we could do is put, you're the best. You're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. You're 1 in a million girls. You're 1 in a million girls. Okay, why would I lie, right? And then for that, we're going to use some of the early espresso. Now, it says down here, have you ever wondered why don't I adhere the DSP right to this right off the bat? And that is because if I adhere this and I stamp my stamp crooked, I can't flip it over and use the other side because that's glued down. So what we always want to do is get our stamping done before we do any gluings and assemblies. So this is You're the Best. I'm going to put that right about there and eyeball it and see if it'll work. And if not, you can always flip it over and give it a whirl, another whirl. I'm good with that one. Okay, so that's exactly why you don't want to glue your designer paper first. So what we did is we stamped a sentiment. Now, if you want to stamp anything else for focal image related, you definitely can. I'm not going to use that, but I have a stamp set here that has some leaves on it that I could have stamped in here, or some background stamps. I'll let it be because I'm just going to use the designer series paper on the bottom here. So we're going to put that down. Like that. Okay, so you can see if you have a little white hair hanging over the edge there, you can definitely see the white. So you could always take your trimmer and take that little hair off of there, and then you don't see the white border there. There was just a little bit All right, so now what we can do is glue and glue, right? Glue, glue, glue. And I think that's all still part of clue number 7, is adhering and doing our inside stuff. So this can open up like that. We'll put our brown mat. Now again, you guys might just go with a white or vanilla that's 5 1/4 by 4 right off the bat. But I like having a second mat. I really do. And then it ties into all the other mats too. Right, so this is what we've got for our inside so far. You're the best. So that would be, I think, what number 7. So Tony's already done with number 7. Fabuloso. All right, let's see what is in store for us for numero 8. Yay. All right. Stamp focal images, sentiments on scraps, die cut or fussy cut, and adhere to the card front as desired. And how do you want to add ribbon? What would you like to do? So I kind of had it in my head. I found the Spotlight in Nature die. Actually, I found the die and then I die cut it out of that mat. And I was thinking of putting it right about here. Having So Grateful for That Heart of Yours. Incorporating in a couple little leavesies like that. And then I thought I would probably do an overhand knot with this ribbon on here. That's kind of what I had in my head. So I think that's the route I'm going to go for. And what we're going to do, grab that ink. So Grateful for That Heart of Yours. Let the ink marinate on the paper. Cool. And then, so here's what I'm trying to debate. Do I want to sponge brown ink on it? I will, because there's a dauber behind me. How's that sound? And we'll use the espresso ink again. I could leave it white, but why not? Add a little bit of color around the edges. And when you use a dauber, it gives it the soft, fuzzy look. Around the edges, and it softens it, right? And if you do too thick in one spot, you can always randomly put another thick spot somewhere else to make it look even. Perfect. Okay, so I think that's it for the inky dinky do. And then what I'm going to do is I think we're going to pop or glue. We're going to glue this one flat. Glue that one flat. Yeah, so Nancy cut at the 1-inch mark, like I said. Thought the mat would cover it up. So I honestly, I don't know if Jolene, if you're watching, did you mean for it to be 1 inch or did you mean for it to be 2 inch? Because I wondered if, like, when I read that out loud, I read it as 1 inch. In my head, I knew it needed to be cut at 2 inches. So I didn't know if there was something that I missed, Jolene, if you're watching, or was it really supposed to be 2? Yes, Cindy Runtree, you are correct. Thank goodness it's only paper. And Naughty Nancy says they make more of it every day. That's so true. Yeah, and it's cardstock. It's not like Precious Designer Series paper as well. Yes, that is so right. Yeah. All right, so I made a little pyramid here so that I can attach my circle to that. Right, and then this guy, we're going to put that maybe right about there. So I've got it centered left to right, and then down a little bit. All right, and then these guys, we're going to put them on with a glue. Lane needs, Lane, I figured you would say something like that, or you would tell me that you would need wine after doing this card. I really did. Oh man. All right, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do here. I think I might put him right there. Right, like that maybe. Right, I like that. And I would too, Elaine Revan. I'm glad I'm watching for the side from the sideline. Line up, okay. Line up at the 1 inch mark. I don't know if I understood what you meant by line up at the 1 inch mark. And cut down 2 1/8 where the score line was. I don't know if, so I guess, yeah, I don't know. I have to visualize and watch you do that, Jolene, to figure out exactly what that meant. I'll be honest, because when I'm like, I just need to cut to straight down. And Jolene says, oh, it's okay. You guys, we're getting it. It's perfect. That is what I want to do here. I'm just going to do a simple overhand knot. I mean, the card is exactly what I pictured it to be, so I'm okay. And Nancy can recut hers and we'll be all good. All good in the hood. So I'll put a second one right there. And then we're going to adhere this guy right to the side there. Grab a little ribbon scissors, trim that, and then we can trim this one over here. Make a little bit more of an angle. Perfect. Okay. We are getting it. We're rocking and rolling. So I just opened up this new roll of trim. So what I like to do is take a little piece of tape, bend over a little corner like this, and then tack that down so that I have a tab to easily pull that up. So the gemsies we have here are called streaked dots. Okay, wait. We have to wait for it. Proper clues here. All right, I liked the paper I chose, but it won't look like your card. You are talented. Aw, thanks, Elaine. All right, let's cruise over to number 9. My favorite clue always. Not necessarily always number 9. It's what it says that I love about number 9. Embellish and Stella to your heart's content. So, what does that mean? It means pull out your Stella pen and let's put that glitterific juice all over whatever you want. There it is. Perfect. And then the embellishments. These are these streaked dots. So, there's 2 sizes. There's the larger size and then a little bit smaller size. And I'm going to put 1Z, 2Z, and 3Z. And where do I want there? Oh, maybe right there. There's a little bit of spot right there that will work. Let's do that. All right. That's it. So let the designer series or pattern paper showcase the card. When you open it, you've got a pretty decorated inside. Like everything is matching very nicely. And Tony said she's done with the card. That was fun. Good. That's the goal. Perfect. I love it. So we got another fallsy card here. Got to experience some new product. Now, France said, I received my package. Everything looks great. And you sent me an email. All right, sounds good, France. Perfect. Okay, so what do you want to do next? You want to share your card, right? So what you're going to do is go to your phone and you are going to go to the Facebook. Oh, Mandy, honoring my best friend, remarkable achievement today. Oh, so my best friend from high school came to the party. Okay, so here's a picture from the party from yesterday. That's my best friend, Mandy. And I've known her since I was 16. She taught me how to put makeup on, and she does my hair. And that's what I was talking about, the pictures, you guys. Oh, man. All those pictures. Like, it's hard to see that, but all of those are pictures that we put up on palettes and the whole table is also full of pictures of all of my past stamping shenanigans. There's a lot of yellow that is throughout those. So yellow and purple, it seems. But yes, okay, what are we going to do to share? We're going to go to Facebook, and we're going to go to Cards by Christine. And you want to go to the events section of my Facebook page and find the current, it's happening now, or it might be in the past section whenever you get to do it. And underneath here, let's see if I did it. I did not post the sharing graphic yet. Okay, so I'm not on my A game right now, unfortunately. So what I'm going to show you is what is a past one. So we're going to go to past events. And here are, I don't know if I'll be able to see them all. I think we did July's mystery card way early in July. I don't know if I'll be, whoa, that's for coming up. Oh, here, past. And then I'll just show you, in case you're new to me on how to do this. You want to find the current one, right, for August. But here was July 7th. And what I have in the discussion, we hope you had a great time solving the mystery with us. Show off your beautiful creations by the last day of the month. And what people do is they come in here and they share their cards. And super cool. So Barbara Smith shared hers. Anna shared hers. So I shared my card. That's the one we did last month. Super cool. So this is what you're going to want to do. I'm going to go, if I can get at my computer right now, after we're done with class, I will create that post and then you guys can start sharing. All you do is you will click on it and then you want to hit comment and take a picture, right? And grab the picture of your card and then just share it. And then what we'll do is the first live of the month, we do the drawings for all the the prizes for the challenges that we have throughout the month. And so all the people who share their card will get in on a drawing. So thanks, Deb. Norman, let me show it to you again. Kelly did a quick pass of all the pictures. Great. There was so many of them. It took me so long, you guys. Don't regret it at all, but oh my gosh, it sucked all my time. Any time that I had last week that I would have normally done for emails or correspondence or communications, it got sucked into the party. It really did. So here's one last look at my picture or my card, in case you guys are curious how it turned out, right? And how yours should turn out. The main thing is that with your 8.5 by 9 piece of paper, you're going to go in on the 8.5 inch side. You're going to go in 2 1/8 from each side. You go up 2 inches scoring, and then you cut that off. And then you flip it and score it at 5.5. So that's what we've got for you. Thanks, everybody. I'm glad you like the card. So got to use some new product tonight, which is super exciting. And so very good. All right. If I missed anybody asking for any help or guidance on anything, if I missed it, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm going to try to start focusing on correspondence and getting back to people who've been patiently waiting for me to get back to them about stuff. So I will not be live tomorrow. I will be live again on Wednesday. We have share a recipe, create a card, inspire others, and it's set for 10 a.m. everybody. And then I have 2 classes in person right after that, and then I'll be back with you again on Thursday night, and we're going to be doing the Florals in Bloom Sweet class. I have the cards here actually because I'm already in staged for class on Thursday. We had this class on Saturday morning. So on on Thursday night, thanks Lynn Beasley. On Thursday night we're gonna do these cards together as a group. I have Oodles McOodles of this class kitted available if anybody is interested in this one. I maybe have like 30 left at the moment. So you can definitely get in on getting kits for this class if you are interested. So that's Florals in Bloom on the 21st. So we've got a bunch of lives coming up for you. We have in-person classes for those that want to come on over to the Hive and craft with me, and lots of fun coming up for the next week. So lots of cards to design and lots of emails to get back to. So I'm glad you guys like it. It was hopefully not too cumbersome or overwhelming. I will work on finalizing that PDF tutorial, and I'll get it out in the Inspiration Hive, and I'll also put it back out into the VIP group. So, all right, thank you so much, everybody, for your congratulations on the $1 Million Achievement. I really appreciate that. I suppose I should technically say that less than 1% of people do it, so I don't get in trouble and they make me take this video down. So there, I said it. All right. So all good. Labor of love, like always. So, all right, you guys. Mimi said, don't stress, you deserve to party, and we can wait. And I appreciate that. So many people have told me that it was very important to celebrate the milestone and to bask in it and to actually pause and appreciate the what has been happening and all the work that has gone into getting to this point and all the people that have helped me get to this point. And it was definitely, I might have been facilitating and orchestrating and leading the party wagon, but it takes an army to do the work that we do. And I'm very blessed. And that speech that I gave yesterday calls and highlights out the people that have been helping me from the beginning until the end. Not everybody that has helped me, but like the main people that have been helping me, giving recognition to those people, because I can't do this and I could not do this in the future if I didn't have the support that I have. My number 3 supporters are my mom and my dad and Tyler, and then Kelly right after. So without them, this we wouldn't have this. And so it's amazing that I have all of this with you. We work really hard to keep everything afloat. So, all right. So I'm also going to work on sharing that video. So I said that on my live this afternoon. If you get emails from Cards by Christine, I am going to be sending that email from the Cards by Christine, my email provider, Squarespace. If you get emails from me from Chris and Bertram, but not my Squarespace, you're not going to get it, because I don't have a group email out of my MSN email address anymore that is up to date. So as long as you're getting emails from me, you'll get it. If you're not, and you haven't been getting them, but you thought you were, you might just double check with me and send me an email and say, hey, why am I not getting emails from you? Can you help me figure that out? And I'll help you figure it out. And if you're new to me and you just started subscribing in like the last, 3 or 4 days, I need to go and I'll go find it and I'll add a tag to your email address so that you can continue, or you can start getting emails from me. So, oh, did you see a kitty? Is there, oh, there's a bigger tigger down here. Oh, a big boy. Hang on, I'll bring him up here if I can. See if I can get him. Hi, handsome kitten. Oh, come on, big boy. They want to see you. Oh, yeah. Here's my big boy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. See, Tigger, everybody wants to say hi to you. Oh, he's such a cutie patootie baby. Mom, why you talk baby talk to me? I'm a big boy now. Oh, buddy. Okay, let's put you over here. So, you guys, if you watched Let's Just Stamp, you got your share of Bigger Tigger today. So, all right, you guys, people are older than you, of people. Did you notice that most of the millions of people are older? I didn't notice that, Barbara. I did note that I was the 91st person to do it, and that means I made it into the top 100 of people that did that. And yeah. I don't know. I'd be curious to see who is the youngest person to do it. I don't know if they have those stats, but I'd be curious to see if I was close to the youngest person. I mean, I am 45, so I'm young, but I bet there could be somebody younger that did it before me, but who knows, right? Yeah, who knows? It doesn't matter. So those who achieved, I think I got what you were saying, Barbara. Yes, Bigger Tigger is my handsome man. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to sign off and try to get that post updated and try to work on an email for you guys and see if I can at least reply back to 10 people tonight. That's my goal. All right, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you guys. Thanks for joining me for another mystery card night, and I look forward to getting mystery card night happy with you next month. Love you a long time. Bye.